Hey everybody, Douglas Blair Roberts here, the Super Vader 400, and of course, Mr. the Fanboy. Of course, the brown skinned human. Coming back at you with another video review. This time, a different video review. This is a series of video game, webcam, video game, and console reviews. This is my review of Mortal Kombat 11, 10 XL, which is also known as 10, and Killer Instinct 2013, and my review of my entire Xbox One console, a review and rant on my Xbox One console and monitor. I was gonna do this on my birthday, but I had a small I'm at a small malware problem which I appear to have taken care of now. So finally, this video which should have been done on my birthday will happen right now. So, with that being said, let's get started right now. Let's show this console what I'm made of. The Xbox One is one of the best and worst video game consoles at the same time. And I'm going to be talking about the positives and negatives of this console in these series of videos right here, as is the games. As is the games. As is the games. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's show these consoles and video games what I'm made of. Hey everybody, this is part 2 of my review and rant on the Xbox One. This is the console right here. This is the console, the controller, console, the monitor I use, and here, and all of the wires and stuff over here. Yeah, all of the wires and stuff over there. And these are the games. First, you got Killer Instinct 2013. yeah, Killer Instinct 2013, Mortal Kombat XL right there with the case open, and right here, Mortal Kombat Aftermath. Killer Instinct 2013, which was an Xbox One exclusive, was my number one sole reason for purchasing for purchasing this overrated garbage console. This is the best and worst console of all time, which I'm gonna get to in this video in a minute when I finish with these game introductions. Then you got Mortal Kombat XL. One of the other reasons I got an 8th generation based console, and it's surprisingly Mortal Kombat XL is surprisingly the best Mortal Kombat of another round of era and of the 8th generation, one of the best fighting games of the 8th generation. Then you got Mortal Kombat Aftermath, which Aftermath right here is the worst. Aftermath right here is the best and worst Mortal Kombat. It is the best looking Mortal Kombat game of all time, but it is however the worst one of the worst fighters of all time. The gameplay is slow and clunky, but it's the best looking game, best and most realistic looking game I've ever seen. Just look at the characters here on the cover right here. You can't see very well because I have the quality turned up too much. But yeah, this is the Xbox One. There'll be no playthrough, like I said in part one. There'll be no playthrough footage because I don't have sound. But if you were to see the sound, if you were to see the picture quality on here, oh man, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. Now let's get to the Xbox One itself. So yeah, visuals, graphics, and for the most part, games. The Xbox One is okay, but the Xbox One, in my opinion, was a very weak upgrade to the previous two Xboxes, and the next Xbox Series looks even worse than this one does right here. The biggest problem I have is, number one, let's start with the bad, because this game right here, this system right here, only Mortal Kombat 11 made a giant leap in graphics in gaming. These games look, XL and 2013 look and play the same as fighting games always or as games as the last generation. It wasn't that big of a graphics leap. When you look at when you look at each console, when you look at each generation, the third and fourth generation, the fifth and the 5th generation, look how big of a gap it was. We went from 2D to 3D. Then in the 5th generation to the 6th generation, we went from 2D to cell shaded, realistic looking graphics. Then in the Xbox 3 and PlayStation 3, we went to HD Blu-ray quality graphics level era, and now it's pretty much just been the same as that, just slightly updated. Mortal Kombat 11 is the only real graphical leap. This game right here could not fit on a 360 or PS3, but the other two could. But they made these 8th generation and Xbox One exclusives to get you to buy these expensive, overrated systems. This is the most complicated system I had. First off, this system did not come with AV cables, so I had to get a monitor, a computer monitor. I was supposed to get a television, but I didn't go shopping with my mom when she bought this, so I got a computer monitor instead. And as such, I don't have sound. I got to get a sound converter box. to hook my PC speakers up to. So I had to get a whole other television set or monitor just to play this, and to turn it on. I had to take back my first Xbox. I thought it was defective, but it turns out when it came to discs, because the disc slot wouldn't come out. It turns out it doesn't have one. You stick it right in there, you stick it right in that area right there, which that, of course, I do not like that. Then, of course, you turn it on, then you have to install games. With 11, with Mortal Kombat 11, that was the largest and the longest game I had to install. You got to install, you got to download all the content in the game. Game that should be there, content that should be there already. Um, you have to routinely update your Xbox, otherwise you lose a lot of the unlockable stuff and achievements you unlock. Yeah, I don't get achievements anymore. I don't get achievements anymore until I update this console. Update this update this console. And, oh yeah, I don't feel like opening it, but the controllers in the back right here, in the back right here. Yeah, you see right here. You have to their battery power. Since when do controllers battery power? Battery power, just like with remotes. I hate remotes, controllers. I hate remotes and controllers um in this generation. The television sets, the flat screens are cool, but they don't have buttons to push with such. You gotta use a remote, and your remote always has to be powered by batteries. Same with controllers. But since when do controllers? Since when do video game console controllers require batteries? The previous Xboxes did it. Well, Xbox 360 had a specially made built-in battery that came with your system. A specially made built-in battery which you could charge with a battery charger, which I was forced to buy. I'll talk about that in my Xbox 360 review and rant. But yeah, but 360 they come with two weak AAA classic AAA batteries which burn up battery juice quickly. I had to get a much more powerful kind of that. So not only I gotta so now I gotta routinely go out and spend money on batteries for my remote, television remote, and console. This is one of the many things I do not like about modern day technology, making people even lazier and making technology even more complicated and more expensive. Man, yeah. That's why, like I said, I love Xbox, but I wish Microsoft wasn't their developers, man. I really wish Microsoft wasn't their developer. All the dumb bonehead decisions they make, man. Then the Xbox Series Next one looks even worse than this, but I'll talk about that in another video. So yeah, Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat XL are my best games. With Killer Instinct 2013, you get you get the 2013 Killer Instinct, all content ready to download and unlock, and then you get two as bonuses. You get two digital ports of the original Killer Instincts, 1 and 2 arcade ports, which should have been released a long time ago, but we finally got it in this generation. Like I said, this is my number one sole reason for buying this console. Then you got the Mortal Kombat XL. You got Mortal Kombat XL. Surprisingly, the best Mortal Kombat of the NetherRealm era, and one of the best fighters of this generation. Then you got Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11, gameplay-wise, is poor, but graphics and visuals, storyline, and content, action characters, and special maneuvers, the game is awesome. It is one of the best looking 8th generation games I've ever seen. Not just the best looking Mortal Kombat, but the best video game in the best 8th generation period. But it's inferior to all previous generations of games and these other two games gameplay wise. But yeah, and awesome. So yeah, the Xbox One. In this generation, last generation, I thought Xbox 360 for the most part was better than the PlayStation 3 in every category except for controllers. PS3 and 4 do not appear to have battery power controllers. Then again, I don't own those consoles, but that's one improvement over the Xbox consoles. But in last generation, I thought the 360 was better. This generation, the PlayStation 4 is definitely better. But if I have all of these problems like no AV cables, so which I had to buy another television, the sound problems, I'm pretty sure they all exist in the PlayStation 4 too. So yeah, but PlayStation 4 is better. They have better graphics, better visuals, and more importantly, more games. Killer Instinct, this is one of the only exclusives, that and a bunch of first-person shooters, man, is all the Xbox One offers. So yeah, PlayStation 4 in this generation was better. But I wanted Killer Instinct. I wanted Killer Instinct, and I figured these two games would be cheaper to buy on the Xbox One. That's why I got an Xbox One. So, it would also have company. I would get another controller. I'm trying to see, do they have a controller that's not battery powered before I go spend money on another controller. Well, this was my review and rant on the Xbox One. If you don't hear the rest of the music, turn the video off right now.